Hi, this is Matt Metzger with Millborn Seeds, and I want to take a minute to talk about fall management of alfalfa and stand evaluations, particularly in the first year dealing with new alfalfa seedings. So that's what this is. This was spring seeded this past spring, so about 5 months ago, later in the spring, and it was seeded with a nurse crop of spring triticale, and that was hayed off towards the end of August. And we are now into the third week of September, which is a great time to be evaluating these stands right prior to winter. And so the first thing to take a look at is your stand density in your plant population. And in a new seeding, you'd like to see at least 20 plants per square foot. If you move into older seedings, that's kind of another discussion, but the number of plants per square foot will thin out, but those stands can remain acceptable doing stem counts. In year one, I believe it makes the most sense to just focus on your plants per square foot. And so we've got that. We've got an adequate population here. And so that's been established. The next thing to take a look at is your fall management. And like I said, this was hayed about 3 weeks ago. And so now we've got pretty good regrowth coming into winter here. And that's going to serve as our cover and our protection. So you can see we let this regrow. We've got some leaf area that's capturing the last few precious rays of sunlight for the fall before we go into another harsh South Dakota winter. And so we're putting that energy down into these newly formed crowns. And that's going to give this alfalfa what it needs to get through the first winter and wake up and get right out of the gates next spring. So don't go in, don't push your luck and do a really late cutting, especially on a new seeding of alfalfa. You're kind of playing with fire when you do that. And so you do have the potential to harm that stand and end up with some winter kill issues that you wouldn't have had if you had avoided taking that late cutting. So this particular producer did a phenomenal job of managing this in year one. You can see the stand looks good. There's a little remaining weed pressure from year one, which is pretty common. A lot of that will be removed in your first cutting, and then you'll get a little bit of this weed regrowth like we see here. And most of these are annual weeds that are just going to die out over the winter, and this alfalfa is thick enough it should choke that out going into next year, and we should have a nice clean stand to deal with. So once again, fall is a great time to evaluate stands. Plant density and then your fall management are the two main things to focus on. So if you have any questions or a specific scenario that you're curious about, please give us a call. We're more than happy to help. Once again, this is Matt Metzger with Millborn Seeds, and thanks for watching.